I'm Madisyn Jacobs. This is week 8. Our topic was geometry. There was a lot of information in chapter 19 and 20, so we chose to focus on teaching volume at a 5th grade level. Group members include myself, Victoria Hernandez, and Julie Mann. It is important for students to know prior formulas of area and perimeter before moving on to teaching something like volume. Before moving to volume, we will refresh students' ideas and knowledge on area and perimeter. We will explain common core standards that this lesson meets, as well as talk as if I was teaching a 5th grade class. It's impossible to understand and solve geometry questions without knowing formulas and definitions. This lesson will include technology using Google Slideshow that students can access through a teacher's Google Classroom. They will also need their math notebooks and a pencil. After the class discussion, warm-up, and problems being answered, students will receive worksheets shown on this PowerPoint to work on as an exit ticket for recess. The rest will be assigned as homework, as well as one more homework assignment that we will explain. These activities will help the teacher access the students' understanding of volume, formula, and their knowledge. After this lesson, the goal is for a 5th grader to be able to solve volume on different 3D shapes. This is a buildable geometry standard that students need in future math classes. So the content standards covered for the Common Core in California are a cube with side length 1 unit called a unit cube is said to have 1 cubic unit of volume and can be used to measure volume. The second content standard, measure volume by counting at unit cubes in centimeters, inches, cubic feet, and improvised units, and also relate volume to the operations of multiplication and addition and solve real-world and mathematical problems involving volume. And like I said, students will need to know prior formulas, even with addition and multiplication, because that is how you get volume. And chapter 19 and 20 in our section was developing measurement concepts, and chapter 20, geometric thinking and geometric concepts. So now, class, today we will be learning about volume. Some essential questions we will answer in this lesson today in math is, what is volume? How is it related to area? How can we compare and contrast area and volume? How do we find the volume of a rectangular prism and cube? How do we find the volume of composite rectangular prisms? So these are the essential questions that we will learn today in the lesson. Now, students, I need you to get your Chromebooks, open the new slide assignment on our Google Classroom. You guys also need your notebooks to answer the questions for the warm-up. The questions for the warm-up are going to be what you guys think volume is. I need you guys to jot down your initial thought of prior knowledge that you know about area and geometry to answer this. And why is it important? Why is volume important? After you guys have your notes written down, I want you guys to talk with people next to you in your group to explain what you think volume is. Questions you guys can also talk about are, what real life items have volume and how is it related to the real world? And is volume 2D or 3D shapes? So after about 5 minutes of talking with their group members, we're going to come back as a group to share our thoughts, and people can volunteer. We can talk about items in real life that have volume, like cell phones, which are relatable, blocks, tables. What real world problems can be solved with volume? Some things that I think about, class, that come to mind with volume in real world is cooking. When we're measuring things like oil for a cake, water, we use a volume, the correct volume to get the right amount. Architecture, when creating maybe a backyard or a pool, solids have volume. Another example is 2 shoe boxes take twice the amount of volume than a single box. So it's actual item you can pick up. Before moving on with volume, we need to refresh our memory on area because they do go hand in hand. Does anyone know what area is? Do you guys remember? This is the 4th grade standard that you guys did learn. And how do you find the area of a square? A square has 4 sides and they're all even. Area is the measurement of a 2-dimensional space inside a region. Area is used to measure 2D shapes. Area is measured in square units, and the formula is length times width. So you do need multiplication to solve this. Area is a measurement of a 2-dimensional space inside a region. So the first picture we have here is 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter. So students, you guys need to multiply 1 times 1, and the area is 1 centimeter squared. The next one has 4 little cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to count. There's 1, 2, so 2 centimeters by 2 centimeters, which is 4 centimeters squared. The next one has 1, 2, 3 by 1, 2, 3. So 3 centimeters by 3 centimeters is 9 centimeters squared. And lastly, this big blue square is 1, 2, 3, 4 cubes by 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 centimeters by 4 centimeters equals 16 centimeters squared. So it's important to remember our times tables and multiplication for area. So students, now that you've written all these notes down, just refresh your memory on area. You guys need to grab a lined piece of paper, a pencil, and your MAB blocks. I want you guys to try to find the area of a rectangle using your MAB blocks. Using your MAB blocks, lay 3 rows of 6 single blocks, like this image here. We can all do this as a class. Then on a lined piece of paper, draw the shape in 2D on a lined piece of paper. And I'll be walking around monitoring to make sure you guys understand. Now let's find the area. How I would solve this is to count the top. 1, 2, 3, 3 on the top, times, and I would write that on the side, times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 times 3 would be 18. 18 centimeters squared. Shown here, 6 times 3. And it's okay to count and write it on the side so you don't mess up the calculations. On your line paper, find the area and always remember the formula, length times height. It's good to remember formulas because you will carry them on.